Hey, Max here, and I got a hot topic to talk to you Star Wars fans in this episode. And I want to give a disclaimer, this video contains rumors, speculation, and strong opinions, and a Mad Max. So, this is going to be about, and this is a controversial topic. It is a very hot topic. It's going to be about the Solo, a Star Wars trailer. Solo, a Star Wars story official trailer, and then the movie. And the main topic of this episode is, should we boycott a film? Now, this has been brought up before in other movies, but I think it's the time if it's going to be tried, and I think we should do it, and I'm going to get on to the reasons. I want to hear your opinions. Maybe you disagree with me. If you disagree with me, I want to hear from you too. Alright, but here's the image that we have so far of the often delayed trailer that fans are not getting a fair shot at seeing. The recent rumors are that it's going to be before the Maze Runner movie this Friday or for a Super Bowl debut when they have all those commercials and movie trailer premieres. But I really don't know. I wanted to cover this hot and important topic because I think it's more relevant now than ever. I really think that we hold the cards. This is a most important and unique situation, and it's more important than just Star Wars. We need to, in my opinion, we need to take a stand against Hollywood and exploiting fandoms. Petitions don't work, videos don't work, and the entertainment press is just pandering to Disney and not giving honest criticisms. I'm calling on all of you first weekenders, and me personally, I like to support movies. I normally go the first weekend, and I think if you're viewing this video, you're in the same boat. We need to make them feel the hurt so they know we care. Money, that's all that matters. They're not going to listen to anything else. It's in the wrong direction, and this is how we're going to show it. And I thought a long, hard time about this, and I know you fans have too. We know what they paid for Star Wars, and they need to keep making these films. We also know that they need to have things look good before the launch of the streaming service in Episode 9. And the Fox merger, and that's all happening in 2019. Keep in mind they do still have to answer to shareholders, and they are beginning to bite off more than they can chew. The greed is real, people, and if everything goes their way, they will own the majority of these franchises and no competition in the blockbuster movie realm. Talk about ruining our childhood properties. The greed's real, everybody. Disney is on track to own most of what we love. Do you really think this is good for movies? Generic, directionless, factory-produced junk with no regard to fandom or original characters. That's on a time schedule. They are more worried about having a movie debut every holiday in theaters and having all the toys and merchandise on store shelves than producing a quality film. Some may even argue that toy sales and merchandise sales drive the plots of the movies and not good character or story development. That's for another hot topic. If you want to see that, let me know. I'll work on it. But it's more about getting product in theaters and on the shelves than producing quality content. So I ask all of you out there, all you viewers, let's pull together and use a solo film to do it. We are the ones keeping these theaters, chains, and blockbuster movies in business. If it wasn't for the holiday seasons and all these blockbuster movies, do you think these theater chains would survive? We are important. Take a stand now before Disney has complete control and hope the Disney-Fox merger somehow falls through. More than likely, it will go through because Disney has money. There's also, if you've watched some of my previous videos, there's shenanigans going on about when the merger was finalizing and the announcement of the trilogy, and this all happened right before, a week before Last Jedi hit theaters. Now, this has been in the works for years, but there's something going on there that they wanted to finalize it before this hit. I think they knew what was going on. If we don't show up, if we still show up day one, and no matter what, the Disney-Fox merger still goes through, our blockbuster movies are always going to be like this junk. Take a stand now before Disney has complete control. The public is willing to let greed get control of Fox properties just so we have cameos of superheroes in Avenger films. And that's sad. All they're looking at, all the public opinion is who's going to be in the next Avengers film. And the reason I say you first weekenders is I want to know how many of you viewers are first weekenders. We're the ones that really get the push for these movies going forward. If they don't have the strong numbers opening weekend, it's bad in the press. If you are, comment below and say if you are going to boycott this movie until Kathleen and Ryan are done. Because I do think they're not bringing the quality and they are ruining our Star Wars. Maybe I still want to see Star Wars movies, so I'm personally going to, I know I'm at least not going to see it the first 2 weeks, and I won't see them more than once in the theater. And I've been a strong supporter of every Star Wars release since the special editions came back in the 90s. I see them multiple times, opening weekend, every single film, but not this time. Tell me if you're going to go all in and not see it all together, or if you're at least going to wait the 2 weeks. Let's give them a strong message and take our money out from where our mouths are and keep it in our pockets. You know, you're saying put your money where your mouth is. Let's take it out and keep it in our pockets and not give them our money the first 2 weeks of this release. Send a strong message. This is more than just Solo and more than just Star Wars, because the situation with the Disney merger is huge. They have so many properties going their way. Alien, Planet of the Apes, Avatar, all that stuff. The X-Men, all the Marvel properties that would be going to Disney. Deadpool, Logan, Wolverine, all this stuff matters. One viewer once told me, this isn't exact verbatim what he said, but you nerds, you're gonna complain and rant, but you'll still line up the first day. And you know what? No more. They've have enough of our money. People have been supporting them for years. There's even organizations that plan events to wait in line for Star Wars movies. Let's make this the lowest box office debut for a Star Wars film. This is the only way and the most important time, in my opinion, in movie history, at least for blockbuster movies. They're getting too big and they're biting off more than they can chew. Maybe you want to celebrate and boycott it another way. Go see the Avengers Infinity War again instead of Solo. But maybe you'll think that's still supporting Disney. Why don't you just stay home and watch Netflix? Because that's the other thing Disney is trying to take down and take control of, the streaming services. They've pulled a lot of their products from Netflix. The Marvel series have been successful on Netflix, so they want to compete and take over. Tell me in the comments if you do plan to go all in and boycott this movie altogether, or at least do the 2-week plan. And I think 2-week plan is enough to send a message. I'm still debating if I want to do that or skip it altogether and wait, because I think this is such an important moment in movie history. But tell me what your plans are to celebrate and protest the weekend when Solo comes out. And I do have some more images to share with you. And I thought this would be fun just because I'm not a fan of Ruin Johnson. And this is an official Twitter post he posted. When there's a big movie I want to see, I'll usually wait till the third weekend. The energy's just right by weekend 3. Gentle, knowing nod to my fellow third weekenders. Let's listen to Ryan for once and be third weekenders and really send a strong message that you're not treating Star Wars with respect. Or any of our fandoms. We're the only genres of movies that get big bank anymore, and they're just exploiting us, making generic junk that doesn't, it's not quality stuff, guys. I think you're with me on that. They need us. Are you a first weekender and tired of being ignored? Comment below, share your story. I like to give shout outs in my videos. I want to hear what you guys think about this topic. It's the most important topic in movies right now. And this is just to show how important, if we're going to try something like this as a community, it has to be this film. It's right before everything else hits. The merger, the streaming service, episode 9. If you want to send a message, now's the time. And the shenanigans they've been doing with the trailer, not letting fans see what they're really doing, while they still plan fan events, D23, and all the Star Wars events all the time. They're still accepting our money, guys, but they're not telling us how they're handling it. And this is just to show I appreciate anyone trying to do something to keep quality. Change.org. I make YouTube videos, Twitter, but honestly, if we don't do anything, it's not going to work. Opening weekend box office is the only thing that's going to work. It's the only thing that's going to send a message. And Disney can't spin an opening weekend box number report. They can't do it. Here's some other ways that were totally ignored. Logan was a genre-breaking movie. It was so good. The acting was amazing. And I'm not saying they should win for some of the categories in Academy Awards, but only one nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay. They at least should have some nominations for Hugh Jackman and all the amazing acting and directing. We are the only ones keeping this movie industry going. We've been supporting them for years and always ignored. Let's not be those fanboys that line up opening weekend no matter what. Okay, and this is when are we getting this trailer? They've been keeping away from fans. Maybe the recent rumors are for the Death Cure or the Super Bowl. Protest the movie industry, and not just for Star Wars universe. This is happening across the board. DC's getting Disney-fied with the DC movie universe. You can't compete with them, so everyone's joining them. They're making generic, bland, junk movies. They're exploiting our fandoms because they think they can milk us dry while turning out junk that ignores original fans and panders to new audiences. And they think we will still show up and line up on day one. So if it continues this way, it's on us. I know at least I'm going to do this for Solo because it's an important release. I really want to do this until something is done and we get back on track. These two are not making quality Star Wars stories. And I also wanted to include a different type of shout out in this one. And this is to drive us to see how we're viewed. If we're making videos and commenting on this subject, this is what how the public treats us. And no, I actually respect this guy for giving his opinion. I respect all opinions. I'm not dismissive of anybody, and that's why I like to talk about it in these videos. So I don't want you guys to all jump down his throat. Honestly, it's enlightening to show how the public views fans that are upset with the way things are going. And this is pretty much a general consensus. You are pathetic. You are what makes Star Wars fans look like a bunch of crybaby D-bags. Why don't you realize that you don't have to watch these movies? Star Wars doesn't need you or want you. And you know what? I think he's right half of this comment. We don't have to watch these movies. And the thing that I think he's completely wrong is they do need us. They underestimate us, and it's time. That's my opinion. And I want to invite all you watching, don't be silent now. Rant on, my friends, and boycott Solo, A Star Wars Story, because they're not doing what the fans want. They have amazing opportunity and they're squandering it. They're producing this stuff on a factory line, turning it out half-baked, mixing directors, cut and paste movies without a clear direction. And it's done. I'm done with it. The Last Jedi was so enlightening that shows cracks in the foundation, that there's no direction, and they're putting it together as they go, making the stories as they go. It doesn't flow as a trilogy. It shouldn't be episodes 7, 8, and 9. If they wanted to do Kylo Ren and Rey's story, don't link them to Solos or Skywalkers. Make a different series and don't make it 7, 8, and 9. That's my issue. I really want to hear your thoughts on this. I'm working on some more hot topics. And this is where I want to remind you, you don't have to follow me anywhere. All I want from you viewers is to join in the conversation and comment and talk with fellow movie and Star Wars fans. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next hot topic.